Hello my dear friends, welcome to the MOOC course on Buddhist tourism. In this session, we are going to discuss Sarnath, the place of first preaching or Dharma Chakra Pravartan by the Buddha. I am Dr. Anand Singh from Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar Central University, Lucknow. After going through this session, you will learn how Buddhism as a religion was first time developed at this place, as this is the place where the Buddha not only began preaching his Dhamma but also laid the foundation of Sangha. So Sarnath gives you the three jewels of Buddhism. Sarnath, as inseparable part of the Ganga Valley, is considered as an embryo of great tradition of Buddhism. The stupas, chaityas, sangharamas form the important representatives of Buddhism in Sarnath. Here, a spiritual geography of Mahayana Vajrayana is coexisted with the Theravada Buddhism that was inculcated and developed in Sarnath over the centuries. In Sarnath, the sanctity of the power of the Buddha repeats itself in the form of Pacheka Buddhas, Samasambuddhas and the Bodhisattvas. The place also identifies as Isipattana, situated 6 miles away from Varanasi. Alexander Cunningham says that Isipattana Meghdaya was covered by a rich forest covering an area about half a mile, extending from great stupa of Dhamek on the north to Chaukhandi stupa in the south. When Siddhartha decided to renounce the extreme austerities, the Panchavagya bhikshus deserted him and went to Isipattana, 18 leagues away from Uruvela. After attaining the Nibbana, Buddha joined them in the Sarnath to preach them Dhammacakka Pavattana Sutta on the full moon day of Ashadha. In Sarnath, Buddha not only founded Dhamma but laid the foundation of the Sangha with the conversion of 60 people. And there is a significant thought that the term Sarnath may be derived from Saranganatha, the name much associated with the Buddha. Sarnath is also known as Isipattana or Isipattana Meghdaya. The Nigrodha Jataka links the Buddha as a deer king and Devadatta as a Brahmadatta, the king of Varanasi. The story gives an indication of how this place was considered sacred. Brahmadatta, because of his fondness of hunting, killing so many deer, the king of deer was so sad with such futile killings that he requested Brahmadatta to offer 1 deer daily throughout the year, if he would leave slaughtering them. The king consented. After some time, it came to be turn of a deer with her kit. She refused to submit on the ground that the two lips cannot be killed simultaneously. Then the deer king, in the form of Bodhisattva, offered himself. On the kindness of the Bodhisattva, the king of Varanasi gave up killing and built the park for the deer, popularly known as Meghdaya. Buddhist tradition says that before the historical Buddha, Pacheka Buddha resided here as a hermit, and when he heard the Gautama was about to become the Buddha, he attained Mahaparinibbana. The literal meaning of Rishipattana means Rishipattana suggests that before the advent of Buddhism, Brahmanical ideology dominated in the Sarnath. The Nigrodha Jataka says that Deer Park was forest gifted by the king of Varanasi where deer might wander unmolested. In the time of Vipassi Buddha, Isipattana was known as Chema Udyana. All the Buddhas went through the air to Isipattana to preach the first sermon, but Gautama walked all the way, 18 leagues, because he knew that by doing so he would meet Upaka, an Ajivaka monk. The Chakravarti Singhanada Sutta says that during the age of Maitreya Buddha, it will be known as Ketumati, a powerful, prosperous city full of well-fed people. Sankha will be the king, and that he will be the lord of 4 quarters and the righteous in his rule. He will be the conqueror of the universe, not by scourge, not by sword, but with his sublimity and peace. Digha Nikaya says that Buddha himself selected this spot as one of the 4 places of pilgrimages which his followers should visit. It is said that all the Buddhas preached the sermon at the Meghdaya of Isipattana because it is one of the 4 great places. The Mahavansha says that large community of the monks at Isipattana led by Thera Dhammasena were present at the foundation of ceremony of Mahathupa in Anuradhapura, the capital of Sri Lanka. Xuanzang says that 1500 monks were studying in the Theravada branch of Buddhism in Isipattana, and in the enclosure of Sangharama there were other viharas about 200 feet high, and its roof was surmounted by golden figure of Manago. To the southwest was remain of the stupa built by Ashoka. The Divyavadan mentions that Ashoka went to the Dhammayatas, to the Sarnath, Lumbini, Bodh Gaya, Kushinagara and other places on advice of Upagupta. It is said that all the precious Buddhas preached their first sermon at the Megadaya of Isipattana. Sarnath is one of the Atta Maha Atthani, that is 8 great places worshipped in Buddhism: Lumbini, Bodh Gaya, Sarnath, Kushinagar, related to the life events of the Buddha. Rajgraha, Savatthi, Vaishali and Sankasya are related to miracles. The first archaeological exploration of the Sarnath was done by Colonel C. Mackenzie in 1815. Alexander Cunningham led an excavation in 1835-36 and was instrumental in the excavation of the various monasteries, temples and Dhamek stupa. The next reported excavation was done by Markham Kitto in 1848-52, who exposed the foundation of numerous stupas and shrines in and around the Dhamek stupa. He also excavated a building supposed to be the hospital or Arogya Vihara in the north of the Jaina temple. Kitto's excavation of the monastery west of the Jaina temple were continued by E. Thomas. In 1856, the government acquired the area of Sarnath from its proprietor Ferguson, an indigo planter, and it became a place of national importance. In 1907, John Marshall excavated Sarnath and covered a large area in the north and south. He also unearthed a large monastic structure of the late Kushana age beneath the Kumar Devi's Dharmachakka Jina Vihara. He also unearthed a large number of sculptures together with inscription of the Kumar Devi. Dharmarajika stupa was built by Ashoka to enshrine the body relics of the Buddha. Its ruin is found at distance of 520 feet to the westward of the Dhamek stupa. It was pulled down by Jagat Singh, the Diwan of Raja Chet Singh of Varanasi, for the purpose of obtaining bricks for construction of Jagat Ganj in Varanasi. This stupa was re-excavated by Kitto and Thomas, who exposed the foundation of outer casing. It might be the stupa raised by Ashoka to mark the spot where Buddha preached the Dhammachakka Pavattana Sutta. The excavation of the stupa shows the successive enlargement of the original stupa. The first change was made during the Kushana period, and the enlargement was also took place in the Gupta age with an addition of the Pradakshina Path. Third modification was done in the 7th century when Pradakshina Path was filled up and access to the stupa was given by addition of 4 monolithic pillars. The next 2 additions were made between 9th to 11th century. The final shape of the stupa was took place under the patronage of Kumar Devi. The structure is square, 18.29 meters long on each side, and its face is towards the east. The thick walls of the ruins suggest a massive structure. It is built of bricks and carved stones from earlier structures. The building is also plastered. The style of decoration suggests that it was built in the Gupta period. The Mulugundhakuti is highly dilapidated condition, so it is very difficult to examine its original plan of its architecture. Xuanzang says that the temple was surrounded by Amraphala or mango, but it denotes the Amalaka was raised over the Sikhara of the temple. The Kalasha, which surmounts the spires, was understood as mango. In this temple, the life-size image of the Buddha in Dharmachakra Pravartan Mudra was placed. The principal image enshrined in the Mulugandhakuti was 200 feet in height and was made of copper. The main temple represents Mulugandhakuti. It was a place where the Buddha used to reside during his stay in Sarnath. New Gandhakuti was built in Sarnath and the relic of the Buddha was put in the shrine.